I want to talk to you today about how many views it takes to make $1,000 on YouTube. Hey, I'm just an average guy. I don't know all the tips and tricks. I don't know the fastest way to make $1,000 on YouTube, but I can tell you my experience. My main channel on YouTube has 6,500 subscribers, and it's made thousands of dollars this year on YouTube. Now, in some ways, I can't tell you how many views it takes to make $1,000 on YouTube because it's going to be different for everyone. It depends on your niche, it depends on your channel, it depends on the specific videos you make. All these different things will have a different RPM. The RPM is based on the CPM, which is how much money advertisers pay YouTube to show ads on your videos. Videos talking about money or cars or technology, these things tend to have a higher RPM, whereas things like vlogs or playing video games tend to have a much lower RPM. And the thing is, your RPM can change. Your RPM can change on your channel. Your RPM can change on a video. Even specific videos, the RPM changes day by day. So it can vary big time how many views it takes to make $1,000 on YouTube. But don't just take my word for it. Let's look at the numbers. So this is the first $1,000 that I made on YouTube. And you can see that it took me from March 1st all the way to June 28th of this year, 2021, to make that $1,000. So roughly 4 months, March, April, May, June. And it took that channel 359,000 views to make that $1,000. If I click on the revenue tab, you can see that that's because it had an average of $2.83 as the RPM. That means for every 1,000 views, the channel was giving me $2.83. That's a really low RPM. That's because, like I've said before, this is like a family vlog. And being a family vlog, it has one of the lowest RPMs on YouTube. But let me show you something else. I'm going to change the date range to be recent and show you the most recent $1,000 I made on YouTube. So check this out. My most recent $1,000 came from December 5th through December 22nd. But this is the interesting thing. It actually took far less views to make that $1,000. My first $1,000 came from 359,000 views, but my most recent $1,000 came from only 224,000 views. And that's completely because of the RPM. Check this out. If I click on revenue, if you remember, the RPM for my first $1,000 was like $2.80 something cents, but now it's like $4.65. That's a huge difference. It might just sound like $2, and who cares about $2? But when you're talking about thousands of views, that really adds up. Now, I'm just an average guy. I don't completely understand why the RPM went up so much more. It has to do with the topics that I talk about in the videos. I don't feel like my content has significantly changed. It also has to do with what advertisers are willing to spend at different times of the year. And from what I hear, advertisers try to use up their budget towards the end of the year, so that might have something to do with it. But if I look at the last 365 days for the RPM, it's actually been gradually going up. So it hasn't just been the last couple months. I don't know if that's because as I'm getting better at making videos, that somehow translates to a higher RPM. I don't know. I'm just an average guy. But I just wanted to point out that I can't give you a definitive answer for how many views equals $1,000 because there's so many factors, right? Your channel, your niche, specific videos, RPM, advertisers, all of these things come together. But if I had to give one piece of advice, it would just be make videos that you're passionate about making. Don't just do it for the money. Because honestly, there's so many factors that it's hard to do it just for the money. Put it this way, if you're doing it just for the money, then you're going to be severely disappointed when it doesn't work out the way that you wanted it to. Make videos because you're passionate about making them. So in a way, I kind of want to encourage you not to think about that so much. If you get so focused on the numbers and the money, then you're going to burn yourself out. Or you're going to chase rabbits that ultimately won't even get you what you want. What I encourage you to do instead is just make videos that you enjoy making. If you enjoy vlogging, make those vlogs and make them better and better and better so that they're so good, lots of people want to watch them. If you enjoy playing games, even if it's low RPM, if that's the kind of content you want to make, then make that content. But once again, don't just do the same thing everybody else is doing. Make your videos better. Improve on your videos so that one day your video game playing is so much better than everybody else's and everybody wants to watch your videos. And if you can do that, then it doesn't matter how low your RPM is, you're going to make $1,000 on YouTube pretty easily because you'll have the views to make that much money. Now, I can't live off $1,000 a month, so I have other streams of income, but $1,000 a month from YouTube, it does help a little. It doesn't pay all the bills, but it pays most of my mortgage. And what it also does is that it proves that YouTube can be a good source of income. I'm making at least $1,000 a month from YouTube now, but this is only my first year monetized. Next year around this time, I'm hoping to make at least $3,000 a month or more. And in 2 years, I hope that's even bigger. All I'm saying is you gotta start somewhere. My first month on YouTube didn't make $1,000 a month. It made $300 a month. And I have a video about that if you want to look it up on YouTube. But I just want to encourage you. Maybe your first goal isn't $1,000. Maybe right now it's just to get monetized. Or maybe you just got monetized and your goal is just that $100 threshold so that you can get your very first paycheck from YouTube. Listen, whatever your goal on YouTube is right now, I think you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it too. I'm just an average guy.